You can find us at BWSSpodcast.com and on Facebook at BWSS Podcast. This is because we said so. Let's start the show.
And now, recording from beautiful and sexy Miami, with your hosts, Seth and Laz and Research Lucas. It's because we said so.
All right, we're ready to rock. Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Wait. All right, so this is because we said so. We got Seth in mic 1. We got Laz in mic 2. We got, Lucas. He's not here.
He's on fire.
He is on fire. He told us, start without me. There's smoke coming out of my oven. So we're like, all right, well, we'll go ahead and start without you. And we have DJ Elle in the building.
Hi.
Really, really excited to have her. She's got, she's been in the Miami scene for quite some time, and she's, really into holistic wellness. So we thought it'd be really good to have her come on the show. And the next episode we come out with, we're going to be talking about her CBD business that she's launching. She, teaches Pilates and stuff like that. So for the next episode, we'll really be getting into some of the cool stuff she's doing. But as you guys know, this is the first episode of the week. So we are doing the weekend news number 61. So you can get us at our website, BWSSpodcast.com. What's that? Oh, speakers. Look at Laz. Laz is all over that. So, yeah. So, all right. Got the speakers off. So, yeah, you can get us at our website, BWSSpodcast.com. All the links are there. TikTok, Spotify, Amazon. So you can get us anywhere. If you want to watch us on video, obviously YouTube. Everything is recorded in Arcane Studios, and all the music is by The Unsilenced. And actually, Elle, you got me hooked up with DJ Omi, however many years ago it was. And she got me connected with JayZ, who I did a remix for. And so that's the track that I'm going to be playing in between. So you'll hear the track that I did for JayZ through DJ Omi, who you introduced me to way back in the Fond Blue days.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a cool track. I don't think you've heard it, actually.
I haven't.
No? All right, cool. So I did a dub remix. It was more of a dance track, and I did a dub remix. All right, so I guess we'll get started. So the topics for today, we're going to be talking about Prince Mohammad bin Salman, who officially has been blamed for Khashoggi's death. And what's interesting about that is people already knew, but now it's being a little bit more official, and we'll get into why all of a sudden it's been made more official. El Chapo's wife was arrested. You guys hear this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, cool. California school board resigns after a Zoom whoopsie.
That keeps happening.
It does keep happening. People are getting a lot of trouble for this stuff. But yeah, a little whoopsie, and thought, oh, there it goes. Already starting with the voice crack, folks. All right, so JayZ is selling half of his, I think it was half, but selling half his champagne company. Did you hear this one?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And of course, we'll have Lucas's what the fuck news if he can manage to make it back. So hopefully he can update us on the status of his oven. All right, and don't forget to check out our sister show, Market Peak. This is all stock market. We put out 3 episodes a week. We basically talk about the news. We feature a lot of stocks as well. My portfolio was actually up 1,200% for the year, but with everything that's been going on, I've actually dipped quite a bit. It's all good. But if you go to the BWSS website, you'll see a tab that'll get you to that show as well. All right, so I guess we'll go ahead and start with everyone's favorite segment.
It's time for Quick News.
All right, BBC, El Chapo's wife, Emma Coronel Espero, arrested in U.S. over drug trafficking. I guess it's Espero. 31 was detained.
It was her all along.
What's that?
It was her all along.
Yeah, right. Was detained at Dulles International Airport outside of Washington, D.C. She's charged with participating in a conspiracy to distribute heroin, cocaine, methamphetamine, and marijuana. Guzman is currently serving a life sentence in Colorado for drug trafficking and money laundering. Miss Coronel appeared via video link before a federal judge at a court in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday, was ordered to remain in detention for the time being, as they're saying she's a flight risk. As well as facing drug trafficking charges, she is also accused of conspiring with others to help her husband escape from prison 2005. So Guzman met her at a dance when she was 17. He was 49. She attended nearly every day of her husband's 3-month trial, and during which she not only heard grim accounts of murder and rape, she also claimed she had spied on her and other mistresses. She came under the media spotlight during that trial. In one instance, she appeared to laugh during the tearful testimony of one of Guzman's mistresses. On another day, she and Guzman wore the same velvet jackets. So it's a little bit of a surprise that she would even come to the United States. Like, same with Khashoggi, which we're going to talk about today. Why would you leave the United States? And same thing with this.
Know what the hell's going on already.
But why would she? Like, it just seems so. I don't know.
She's young.
I mean, that's true. Well, 31. She's not that young. I mean, she's your age.
I mean, she was. I'm about to be 35. Oh man.
Yeah. Well, okay. Fair enough. I don't know. I just feel. I mean, she's been here before. They didn't arrest her before, so it makes sense that she'd be like, you know what? We can probably get away with it. Damn, look at my hair. I look like Bon Jovi from the 80s. What the hell's going on here? Let me get a freaking hat on. There we go. Yeah, those of you just listening, you're totally missing the hair show. There we go. All right. Shoo. I don't know. I just think it's crazy that she would come over here at all. You know, but I mean, they got her in D.C. of all places.
There's no reason to even come here right now.
No. So, I mean, she's being detained. The question is, we had this question about Guzman. We were like, do you think they'll try to rescue him? So, do you think people try to rescue her? Because she's not like in big prison yet. Wes?
Nah.
No? Not a chance, right?
Not here. Bro.
Okay. Elle?
No.
No? Okay. All right. Quick and to the point. We'll take it. All right. So, go ahead, Laz. You got one?
Yes. This happened today, actually.
Okay.
NYC rally condemns attacks on people of Asian descent. So apparently in New York and a few other places, a lot of people are basically targeting Asians for
I saw that.
reason.
Yeah.
And it's been like somebody got pushed off train tracks, somebody got their face slashed.
Did you hear about Jeremy Lin, the NBA player?
What happened to him?
So Jeremy Lin, I think it was like 9 years ago, he was, I'm pretty sure it's the New York Knicks. He got traded to them, and like he was just a nobody, and he was doing so well, just scoring out the wazoo, and like one of his jerseys sold for like $100,000. It's like this big thing because he came out of nowhere, and he's, you know, I mean, he's Asian American.
Well, I think he had to take over for somebody that got hurt, and he blew up that season.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably the only way he would have gotten into in anyway. So that definitely makes sense. Anyway, somebody called him coronavirus recently.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's
Okay. Cool.
So they're well, you know, our former president called it the Chinese flu.
Yeah.
And so it's making it worse for everybody.
Jeez.
So a lot of people are getting like they're talking about like 600-700 hate crimes just happened in New York, like
just New York,
just 2020. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I know it's been going on for a while, but it seems like recently it's starting to pick up a little bit more for whatever stupid reason.
Yeah. So I don't know. So they had a rally. So, you know, a lot of people, they might look Asian, but they've been in America for generations.
Sure.
So it's just kind of.
Oh yeah.
All types of people of color are always getting.
I mean, honestly, like, you know, generally speaking, racism is racism. Like if you're to the point to where you would be willing to think another race is inferior, chances are you're going to think about that by, you know, with more races. But it's pretty messed up because exactly what you're saying. A lot of these people have been in this country like third, fourth generation.
Exactly.
Like they are as American can get. So it's just really freaking stupid.
So their attorney general, their prosecutors, their politicians, they were all at the rally. They were just trying to tell everybody, just back off.
Yeah, chill.
Let's be
man.
normal. Like
We're all Americans here.
I don't even understand how that type of stuff is still going on, which still boggles me. Like that's what bothers me the most.
Yeah,
but it's fine. That's why it caught my attention.
Sure, fair enough. All right, so moving on, NBC News, all members of a Northern California school board have resigned after the leaders were caught making disparaging remarks about district's parents during a Zoom meeting that was accidentally broadcast to the public.
Wow.
I mean, come on, guys. Remember, what was the guy from the New Yorker that was masturbating during a break and like everyone saw it? So they want to pick on us because they want their babysitters back. President Lisa Brazendine said during a Wednesday Zoom meeting of the Oakley Union Elementary School District Board of Trustees, a recording of which was posted to Twitter by NBC News Bay Area reporter Bigad Shaban. The Oakley Union School District is located east of San Francisco, serves around 5,000 students. Are we alone? Trustee Bede asked before launching into a tirade. Bitch, if you're going to call me out, I'm going to fuck you up. Sorry, that's just me, Bede said, as other board members chuckled. My brother had a delivery service for medical marijuana, and his clientele were parents with their kids at school. Trustee Richie Mazada said. Superintendent, what's that?
They're tripping.
Bro, I mean, they went in, man. As you would say, they went ham. They went in, bro. Superintendent Greg Hetrick touted a new technology in a fellow district that curtailed public comments at exactly 3 minutes time, after which the others chimed in that we all need that and good idea. So, said Bede when she realized their meeting was open to the public. We have a meeting open to the public right now. Nuh-uh. I swear to God, it says nuh-uh. N-U-H-U-H. Nuh-uh, Brazendine said. The meeting was then switched to private. Brazendine, who resigned her position late Thursday, apologized for her statements. School board resignations came after a petition calling for the ouster of the trustees gained nearly 7,000 signatures as of Saturday. So they're out the door. The whole freaking board had to step down. And the reason they had to step down because it would be more expensive to force them out and have to go through a whole thing listen, just step down. And good for them. They actually did the right thing. They stepped down. So good for you.
When are people going to learn that if there's a camera or anything in the room,
dude,
it could be recording?
Just like in this room, you say it all the time. When you're in this room, you're always being recorded.
Always being recorded. You never know.
But it's just, I mean, listen, we've all been there. We've all had our tirades. We've all been like, fuck this.
I haven't been there.
You haven't?
Talking shit.
No, we've all done it, right? We've all been just pissed off and that mother, really? Dumb bitch gonna blah, 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 blah,
not in a room full of cameras.
But not with the damn camera on. The hell, man? All right, Laz, what you got for your second one?
FDA approves new device to help protect athletes from traumatic brain injury.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, to protect them?
Yeah, to protect them from brain injury. It's a new device that could help reduce the risk of traumatic brain injury during head impacts, given the green light by the Food and Drug Administration on Friday. The device is authorized for athletes 13 and older and can be used during football, soccer, and other high-performance impact sports. So basically, it's like a device that pinches your nerves, pinches your blood here, your vessels here.
Sure.
And it allows your brain to keep more blood so that way it won't.
So is it always on? It's always pinching, or if there's an impact, it pinches?
No, it's always on because that way your brain has more fluids. So that way it won't move around as much because that's what usually happens when people get hit. So they're going to use it. It's a C-shaped device called a Q collar. Fits around the back and the side of your neck. And it works by clamping down. So as I said, clamping down on the blood vessels in the neck, which increases blood volume in the skull. This limits the movement of the brain inside the skull, which they say generally causes traumatic brain injury.
That's pretty cool.
There was a football player. He retired at 28 after a series of head injuries.
Sure.
And he was wearing the Q collar over his final season. His name was Luke Kulchi.
Okay.
He played for Carolina. He was a linebacker. So, he's getting hit in the head.
What's the name of the product?
The product. It's called Q collar. This one was
Q
a Q collar. Yeah.
Letter Q?
Yeah, letter Q collar. I guess they're gonna. It doesn't prevent, obviously.
No, but it helps.
The data provided by Q collars did not demonstrate that the device prevents concussion or serious head injury. It just said it will help. You know what I mean? You can't just not wear it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sure.
The device will be sold over the counter to directly to customers. Okay. And this is for everybody from 13 and older.
So, I mean, if we can find out who is making it, or if they're a public company, or maybe find out a company that's linked to them in some way, that would be a good place to put some stocks, because if this thing is getting through and it's helping, I would imagine you're going to see a lot more of this stuff. I don't know. It's just kind of weird that people could get used to just being pinched in the back of the neck. You got to see how much.
I got to find a picture of it.
Yeah, if you send me a picture, I'll put it up in the video for sure.
But why I cared about it, I met a lot of, especially when we worked at the hotel, met a lot of people, like old football players that stopped playing because of stuff like that.
Sure.
And,
Andrew Luck.
He stopped playing because of that too?
Well, he just stopped playing because he was tired of getting injured. But there have been a couple receivers that literally they were just like, listen, you can't play anymore. You can't take another head injury for sure.
Boxers, you know what I mean? Like, who knows like how far that can go.
Yeah, but I just find it hard to believe.
I mean, I don't think they could wear that during anything. But if it like kind of, I don't know. For me, I don't know about having so much blood up there. But I mean, it's something different. It's something that they thought of because, but
that is what happens. Like the reason you get a concussion is because your brain hits against the edge of your skull. Your brain doesn't touch your skull. Like you were saying, there's fluid up there. But when you get hit, the brain hits the skull. And depending on how hard, it's got to repair itself and stuff like that. So if it helps keep the fluid more pressure, so maybe it's harder for the brain to get through the fluid to get to the skull, like that would certainly make sense. It works. All right, BBC, JayZ sells stake in champagne brand to luxury giant LVMH, which is Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy. The French luxury giant has purchased a 50% stake in its Ace of Spades nickname. So the Armand de Brignac champagne, and all of my wine people out there that heard me pronounce that, and I kind of butchered a little bit. Get over it. It's been a while since I've been in the wine world. Yeah. So anyway, the Ace of Spades, it's interesting because they have this at the Fontainebleau, and I've sold it. And it's like they have a rosé, which I think is the gold one, the gold bottle, but it's kind of like a metallic. It's good. I think we sold the regular for like $1,200. Branded with an Ace of Spades and sleek metallic bottle. It's a drink and costs hundreds of pounds a bottle or more. That's if you're actually getting it at the store. Obviously, Fontainebleau, you're getting in a restaurant or a hotel.
He's selling. He doesn't own the whole thing. He owns a part of it.
No, he owns all of it, and he's selling it 50% of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So if Research Lucas was here, we could actually ask him, how much of it did he own? But I'm pretty sure it's 100. Let's see what's going on. Any updates? No updates yet. So apparently the oven is still flaming, and the computer's still on. So clearly there's no fire. So that's good. We don't see any smoke. So made in a French winemaking house with roots into the 1600s, Armand de Brignac has been the bubbly of choice for some sports championship celebrations in the U.S. and won accolades at international tasting competitions. The brand sold 900,000 bottles in 2019. That's a lot. Before the pandemic hit, champagne sales. In the announced deal, JayZ said the partnership with LVMH, which owns the other established champagne names such as Dom Perignon and Veuve Clicquot, would help the brand grow. What's interesting is, so back, was it 2006? Okay, yeah. So in 2006, JayZ organized a boycott of Cristal after an executive hinted that he didn't want the rappers being associated with his brand. So, remember, they used to buy it and just pour it. And I mean, Cristal is a pretty well-respected, well-known, out of Cristal, Krug, Dom Perignon, all those high-end. Cristal is my favorite. It's very crisp, lots of strawberries, just amazing. Dom Perignon, whatever. Krug is really good. That's Elena's favorite. It's a heavier style. It's yeasty. It's rich. It's got a lot of weight. Cristal is lighter and crisper. But either way, I love it. It's a well-respected brand. They didn't like the fact that these rappers were being associated. They didn't like the fact that he was dumping all over them. So JayZ was like, all right, fuck you then. How about this? I'm gonna get my own champagne brand.
We'll drink that now.
Yeah, exactly. And the Ace of Spades would sell for twice as much as the Cristal and the Fontainebleau. So I don't know, and he's selling 50% of it. So I feel like he definitely won that battle for sure. So, but yeah, that's pretty much what's up, man. For years,
I didn't know he owned it. So now it makes sense for
he bought it.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So it's gold bottles. He always says that.
Yeah, we'll put this. I'll try to remember to ask Lucas when he gets back.
Research Lucas.
So ask him, how much did he pay? Yeah, like, all right, this is what you got to look up, bro. All right. So, in the collaboration with Armand de Brignac, for years, we have been following the fantastic success of Armand de Brignac and admiring their ability to challenge some of the rules of the champagne category. Armand de Brignac breaks barriers and reflects contemporary luxury while preserving the traditions of champagne terroirs. So, that was a statement by LVMH. And the last one I got, BBC dating app scam committed by a criminal from inside prison. It's one of the easiest ways to get money, to be honest. If you've got a girl and she works and she's into you, why not ask her to send over some money? Lawyers are the best, obviously. Jamie is not his real name. He's in his early 20s. For the last few years, he made his money by scamming women, usually those a lot older than him who were looking for love. So, end of the day, he managed to get a phone in there, smuggled it in, and he'd get on these dating apps and he'd start relationships, whatever, with these women. And it happens to guys, it happens to everybody.
And it was like international too, right? It wasn't only like...
It was, I'm pretty sure it was like wherever. At one point, I think the most I ever got was 10 grand. Every week she was sending me $100 to $200. So, but what makes this crazy, he's doing this from prison, bro. Like prison. That's insane. Yeah, I guess so. It's just freaking. I mean, that's all I had. I mean, I got a bunch of stuff on that, but that's pretty much the story. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead with shout outs. So, do you have any shout outs over there, Lucas? No? No, none this week? Okay, maybe next week. All right, cool. All right. Laz, any shout outs over there? Oh, by the way, did people see the episode? Did they comment? Did the people that all this time hadn't been listening?
No, they haven't said anything, so I'm waiting. So
okay.
Let's see.
All right. What about your mom? Did your mom hear her mention?
No, she didn't hear anything. I'm waiting. I want to see because I don't want to hear the shit talkers in the reload.
Sure. We'll see. All right. Any shout outs this week? No.
Nah. Some of my family has some stuff going on.
Okay.
I'm here.
I mean, yeah, you've got some stuff going on.
Some new
recently.
stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang, good Lord.
Yeah, it's been a crazy one.
Oh man. All right. Anyway, a lot of stuff changing around Laz right now. That's for sure. It's a bit of an upheaval. Usually when stuff like that happens, if we're speaking from a universe and all that, usually when you have a lot of upheavals going on the way they are, life is testing you to see if you're ready to take the next step. You've already made one of those decisions we're going to talk about in the next episode.
For me, I'm doing I feel great as far as like me personally.
Sure.
It's just people around me.
Yeah, but still.
Which is like, I hate that though.
But it's family, there's a lot, there's just a lot going on around you. It sounds like you're starting to enter a different chapter in your thing called life. That's what my mom would probably tell you. So anyway, how about you, Elle? Any shout outs over there?
No, shout out to you guys for having me on.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for
coming. Take that. Sure. Shout out to us. Absolutely. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and take a quick little break. We're going to come back with the whole, basically U.S. intelligence report was declassified, and they officially said Prince Mohammad bin Salman was the one who killed Khashoggi. So we're going to talk all about that. Hopefully we'll have Lucas's WTF news. Hopefully we'll have Lucas. So we'll just leave the chair there and see how it goes. We'll see you guys in a few. Boom.
This is me on cloud 9, and I ain't coming down, no. Check your watch, 'cause it's my time. Tick tock, here I go. I got my hands in the sky towards the ceiling, and let me tell you, yo, I swear it's such a feeling. So for tonight, let's stare at the ocean, gaze at the stars above you. Count all your blessings, 'cause dreams really do come true. Tonight, let's stare at the ocean, gaze at the stars above you. Count all your blessings, 'cause dreams really do come true.
It's like depth in your voice. You're going to sound thin.
Right.
So, all right, cool. All right, so we're back, and we're going to go ahead and jump in. Oh, I don't even have the speakers on. We're going to jump into the whole report that came out. The reason the report came out, it was classified. The reason it was classified before it remained classified is because Donald Trump is friends with Prince Mohammad bin Salman. So now that Biden is in, he's like, let's declassify this. So I got a whole bunch of stuff that from New York Times, but I took some notes off of a couple stuff that I've looked at in documentaries. Khashoggi was a friend of the royal family until Mohammed bin Salman became the crown prince. So if you look, there are pictures of them chilling.
Yeah,
he's
every
with
picture.
Yeah, they were like legit friends. But all of a sudden, Prince Mohammed became the crown prince, which means he's the one who's going to become king when the king eventually passes away. Things kind of, fell out with them. He was banned from writing, banned from tweeting, and ended up realizing that he needed to get the hell out of there. So in 2017, he left, moved to the United States, where he started working for the Washington Post. He started writing about the whole, I guess, basically all the issues in Saudi Arabia with being repressed, with, obviously the stuff with women and not being able to drive until recently and all that. And so Saudi Arabia was trying to get him to go back. They're like offering him different stuff. At one point, they offered him to run a state-run media network. They're like, come back, you can run this. And he's like, I'm not going back. So he declined. He also worked with activists because something that Saudi Arabia was doing is they were attacking a lot of these activists. They literally had like this troll farm in Riyadh, and they would literally just go out and attack all of the dissidents and all of the activists and all of the people that basically were talking shit about Saudi Arabia. And he would wake up, Mr. Khashoggi would wake up every day to just a deluge of shit against him. So he would actually help a lot of people that would work to combat that as well. And that's kind of what got him to the position to where Saudi Arabia wanted to kill him because they realized they weren't going to be able to silence him. So they're like, all right, we're just going to have to do away with him. Which is the question that comes up once again. Why would you leave the United States?
They probably would have never even known if it wasn't for his fiance.
His fiance?
Yeah, I mean, like, she's the reason they found out he was missing.
Well, she was. Yeah, I mean, she was. If she hadn't gone there with him into the, yeah, that's true.
They would have never known. He would have just been like, "Ah, what did he do? He just left." I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. So, I mean, basically, yeah. So here's the thing. So, he ended up flying. So they basically wanted to get married, and I believe she was Turkish. Anyway, so they had to go to Turkey to get married. So they flew to Turkey, and we're told that they have to, this is the weirdest thing, they have to get a certificate to prove that they're single, which is weird, I guess. I don't know, maybe that's their version of a marriage license. I don't know, maybe it's something. But in order to do that, they had to go to the Saudi Arabian consulate. So they go to the Saudi Arabian consulate, and they're like, okay, well, come back in 3 days and your paper will be ready. So he goes back in 3 days, and in the time that he had come back in 3 days, 3 members of Prince Mohammed's personal protection detail were there, 12 other assassins as well, one that actually specializes. Hold on, Lucas is making a return here.
Research Lucas.
Jesus, 2 chords at once. Are we there, Lucas? Are we there? No, nothing yet. No, can't hear you yet. Oh, he's got to plug in the microphone. I don't know why he unplugs it. It's not like it's going to electrocute anybody when it's plugged in.
He doesn't want anybody hearing what is going on in his...
Yeah, still can't hear him. All right, we'll let him figure it out. So one of the people that were flying into Turkey was someone who specializes in forensics. So after they kill this guy and dismember him, they can clean that shit up. So he goes in there the second time, walks with his wife. Wife has to wait outside, and he goes in, and after about 3 hours, she's like, okay. It was at 1 o'clock he went in. After 3 hours, she's like, okay, where is he? And then she started calling people around, what's going on? Eventually, someone came out, was like, there's nobody in there.
We're about to close.
Yeah, we're like, that's it. And that was pretty much it, man. After that, it was like, okay, what the hell happened?
That's crazy. I want to know exactly what happened. But you know what's crazy? They had somebody wearing his clothes to like walk out like a stunt double.
Yeah, they got a stunt double.
I'm like, yo.
To wear his clothes and walk around the block to make it look like and what's interesting, and he like the shoes didn't fit. So if you look at the original photo of Khashoggi, and you look at this guy, everything's exactly the same, but the shoes didn't fit. The guy was wearing like New Balance or something like that. It looked so ridiculous. This guy's in a suit with sneakers. It couldn't possibly look any more ridiculous.
If she wasn't there, they would have really got away with it.
No, 100%.
But the thing is, like, she knows he's not going to leave her. You feel me? Like,
they were there to get married. Dude, that's true. Very, very true. So Turkey.
I'm glad I watched it.
What's that? Glad you watched the documentary?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good documentary. It really, really was. So the actual documentary was DW documentary, and it was the death of Khashoggi, something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the murder of Jamal Khashoggi. So it's like 45 minutes long. It's a really good documentary. Definitely check it out. So Turkey investigated, of course, Mohammed bin Salman denied, Saudi Arabia denied, and then Turkey ended up just reporting, it's like, listen, he's dead. So, they were saying, well, maybe he left, maybe they kidnapped him, took him back to Saudi Arabia.
Then they admitted it.
Yeah. Well, then they're like, after like, what was it, I guess about a week or so, they're like, okay, he's dead. It was a fist fight, that just went out of control, which is complete bullshit.
They should have stuck with their story.
Yeah, they should have stuck with their freaking story. So, but here's the thing. The reason they got caught, even because, Saudi Arabia consul was like, no, we don't have the actual, we don't have the video footage. It doesn't record here. It's like, whatever. But they Turkish forensics people, like investigators, were able to go in and get the audio. They found the audio and they heard the struggle. They heard the saw. I hate to say it, but they heard the saw cutting up his body, essentially. They heard the cleanup, all that stuff. And that's how they figured it out. So Trump, being the fucking genius that he is, was like, oh yeah, it must have been some rogue agents or something like that, which gave Saudi Arabia the ability to say rogue agents as well. Because once again, the two of them were friends the whole time. Trump's like, no, they didn't do it. So the Saudi Arabian consul, the guy who runs the consulate, he flew back to Saudi Arabia. It didn't take long because he knew he was going to get arrested. So, Saudi Arabia finally admitted it, that the death was blamed on altercation, fist fight, like I said. Prince Mohammad was officially blamed internationally. But the reason why it's important that the United States release this, I guess, report, is because it just helps to confirm what a lot of people already knew. So the question comes down to, what now? Because we have a really good relationship with Saudi Arabia. And obviously, when you, first of all, kill somebody in another country, takes a lot of freaking balls. Like, nobody would have the balls to do that in this country because they know, there's no way you can get away with it. But in order to do, even in and I hate to say this, but look, because in Turkey, didn't get away with it. There's not a lot of places you can get away with doing that. And so Mohammed bin Salman, he likes, his stage on the world. He likes being considered this cool guy that he's portrayed to be, and a lot of that's ruined. So the question is, do you think we do anything to him specifically or to Saudi Arabia at all?
Nope.
Nothing?
I don't think anything's going to happen to him.
Not to him, no.
Not at all.
I don't see how they can. We want to, but there's no way we can.
There's no way. If something was going to happen, it already happened. It's a different.
It just came out on like Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, but they've already known. We're finding out about it now. How long has this been?
Well, that's the thing. You can't do it until this report comes out, because it's not like we can say, okay, we stopped talking with this guy and we're like, oh, wonder why that's happening.
Yeah, but they're not doing anything.
No? Okay. Fair enough.
What do you think?
So, well, so this is Julian E. Barnes and David E. Sanger from the New York Times. They've got a whole bunch of stuff here. Let's see here. Biden administration took no direct action against Prince Mohammed. We already said that's the way it is now. The question is, will something happen moving forward? Because this is definitely a calculated move if they're going to do anything at all. So Biden administration, the de facto ruler of the kingdom, Mohammed bin Salman, is going to suffer. They're not going to do anything right now. Instead, announcing travel and financial restrictions on other Saudis involved in the killing and on members of the elite unit of the royal guard who protect the crown prince. So basically, a lot of the people that were involved in the actual action of the killing.
Well, they have to do something about them.
They have to.
Yeah.
They have to do something. But the thing is, can you blame him? He didn't do shit. Like, you have no proof. Like, they're saying there's no way that these guys would do that without him saying go freaking do that.
They're not going to sanction the country or whatever. Like,
they can't.
They were saying that if they arrest him, they'll.
Well, who's going to arrest him? Are we going to arrest him?
No, I don't even understand. I understand like certain things that other countries have to get involved with stuff. I don't even understand why that's our problem. I mean, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, but.
Well, I mean, he was living here in America. I mean, that's one, I guess.
Yeah, but as a citizen of them.
Sure. Well, that's true.
And he was not here.
That's true.
I feel like it should just be a Turkey and Saudi problem.
But he was working for the U.S.
Sure.
For the Washington Post.
That's true.
I don't know, man.
I agree with Elle on this one. If he was living in any other country, like, we'd be like, you know what? But he was a legal resident here, and that does give you in the world stage. You know, that does give you a little bit of protection, clearly. But I think the fact that he was killed just for voicing and it's
That's
kind
what
of
sucks.
So here we go. We assess that Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman approved an operation in Istanbul, Turkey, to capture and kill Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi, said the report issued by Mr. Biden's Director of National Intelligence, Avril D. Haines. The State Department also announced visa restrictions against 76 Saudis, included of suppressing or harming journalists, activists, and dissidents, and more will eventually be applied to others around the world as the administration expands enforcement of a new Khashoggi ban, Secretary of State Antony J. Blinken said. So apparently we're going to start going after all kinds of international people who attack and harass based on people in journalism. And I don't know how far it goes, but it kind of seems like that's what their plan's going to be moving forward. The Khashoggi ban, which I think is kind of cool, you know?
Works.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm pretty sure Trump would like to have done something like that to some of our reporters.
Yeah, that's true. But that's the thing. All he was doing is reporting what a lot of it is true. Yeah. Right, you know, it's not like he was saying anything that people don't already know. It just has more weight because he was so close to them, you know. And I wonder where the falling out came between him and Prince Mohammed. Like, maybe he had been heard voicing some of this stuff, you know, like Kiki, and then, you know, they kind of heard about it, or I don't know, maybe he was praising some of the moves that they were making in their advancements towards women, in their advancements towards a lot of stuff, just allowing some Western movies in to the country now, finally. So maybe he was praising them, and in doing so, he was maybe, I don't know. But, I mean, poor guy, man. And his wife, dude, can you imagine? Or his fiance. Yeah. So it's
I mean, also Turkey too. I mean, how could this happen like in one of their places?
Well, it's true, but it was in the. I mean, Lucas. I mean, is a consulate considered sovereign territory?
Yeah,
it is. Is it?
Yeah,
it is.
Because is a consulate anything like a embassy?
That's what I'm asking.
Sorry.
I know embassy is sovereign territory, like the Chinese embassy here in America. Same thing with other countries. That's their land. Like, they own that. We can't just go in there. That's why you see in all these movies, you know, see people running to the American embassy or whatever embassy, you know, I'm an American citizen, blah, blah, and they're being chased because as soon as you cross that line, they cannot go in there. So, but I don't know if it's the same thing with a consulate. But you're absolutely right. You know, Elle, I think the reason why is because maybe it's sovereign territory. Nobody could go in there. So, but they're all in on it. That's for sure. So nothing's been done to Prince Mohammed except for Biden is basically calling the king now. You know, I'm not talking to you. I'm going to talk to your father.
Call your dad.
Luke. I'm going to talk to you. Go ahead.
If you visit an American embassy in a foreign country, you are technically on U.S. soil. They do receive special treatment, but the answer is no. It is a common misconception that all U.S. embassies are on sovereign U.S. territory, despite being physically located in other countries.
Okay, there you go.
Research Lucas.
It kind of makes sense
Well,
because
that's why they were able to.
Yeah, I was just gonna say in the documentary, the Turkish like special operations went into the embassy to like do a forensic search, and I think that's probably how they found the audio footage that basically told everything that happened. So yeah, so here's the thing: Biden's now only talking to the king. Lucas, can you look up how old is the Saudi king? Because one of the things they're saying is this guy might not be living that much longer. So if you do this and you piss off Prince Mohammed, and the king dies, and this guy becomes a king, Biden's going to be, not going to be feeling great.
End up cut
Solomon of Saudi Arabia is 85.
85.
December 31st, 1935.
So he's Biden's age, right? All right. So we all in agreement. Lucas, do you feel as if they'll do anything to Prince Mohammed? They're saying ban him from, they're not going to arrest him. They're not going to sanction him. Maybe ban him from coming to the country, stuff like that. What do you think?
More than likely ban him at least.
Ban him at least. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Laz?
No way.
Nothing. Okay. Elle?
I don't think anything.
Okay. I agree. I don't think anything. Thing is, we
ban him anyways, bro.
Well, we need Saudi Arabia. We need Saudi Arabia, and they need us. They need our protection because no one's going to go in there. And we need them because they're keeping the people that we are protecting Saudi Arabia from at bay. Iran, Iraq to a certain degree as well. So, and also Saudi Arabia has been helping to broker the peace deals with Israel. I think, what was it? The UAE? But it was one of Trump's like big accomplishments, and Saudi Arabia was pretty instrumental in helping to make that happen. So we do need each other, which is the whole reason why I don't want to say put up, but we've accepted a lot of the human sacrifices that the population of Saudi Arabia suffers or has to deal with, is because of that fact. So I'm in agreement with you three, maybe not Lucas, but that's okay. But I'm in agreement with you guys. I don't think they're going to do anything at all. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So, any last minute thoughts before we move on to Lucas's favorite, little segment? Actually, second favorite segment, right? Weather's probably your first. Nothing else? Yeah. No. Are you ready, Lucas?
Yeah.
All right.
It's time for. Wait a minute. What the fuck?
Oh, by the way, I looked up JayZ, Armando Brignac. He's getting $300 million, I believe, for his half, and he spent $200 million to purchase. I can't remember what year it was, but he spent $200 million to purchase the second. Or actually basically to end up purchasing the whole thing for $200 million with the Ace of Spades. But the article said that he bought it to get it up to 100%. So I think he owned half and then he bought the other half. But still, he's making, if that's the case, he's making $100 million profit. So nothing wrong with that. So, all right, Lucas. So what do you got for WTF news for this week?
This week I have an article from Reuters.
Reuters? Okay.
Yep. The Pakistani police now has a new special forces.
So a separate special forces unit?
Yeah, they're on rollerblades.
Oh, God, really?
Yeah.
You've got to be kidding me. Rollerblades? Like, for,
yes.
So are they, well, you say special forces, are they like police or are they just?
It's a special unit that has special training that are on inline rollerblades to catch thieves.
Wow, okay. So I guess, okay.
That's like impossible.
So I guess they'll only be in like certain cities or something. I can't believe this is going to be like a country. They'll start like a trial city, maybe.
Yeah. No, it's so far 20. Yeah, whatever. I have some dust on my throat at the moment.
Sure. Yeah, you do. We'll get this story.
Yeah.
We'll get the story. Go ahead.
20-member unit clad in black undergoes rigorous training, even up to how to shoot a gun while rollerblading.
All right. Nice.
It's mostly for theft and harassment.
Sure. Okay. It's kind of, could you imagine that? It's got to be kind of cool, right?
I think they should do that in Miami.
In Miami, that'd be helpful for sure. Well, you have the ones on the, what are those things called? Segways. Yeah. They have them. They have some on the Segway. Philly too?
I think this would be more effective than a Segway.
Probably. I think so too. You can definitely move faster.
Yeah, but.
Middle of a chase and the battery dies.
Sure.
It's not stable. Like, you know what I mean? If you're running
A
with somebody-
Segway?
No, like the rollerblades.
If you're good on rollerblades, very stable. Oh
Nope,
yeah.
doesn't matter how good you are. If you find that one stone, you're down.
I mean,
or if somebody pushes you, like if you like, you know what I mean? Like you're chasing somebody on rollerblades. That's
if they hop a
running the
fence,
grass.
you're kind of screwed.
No, like anything.
Now they
Like,
they have one that just straight jumps over a motorcycle.
What?
what?
One of the rollerblader dudes.
Oh, so they had like a little
Yeah,
showcase, I guess you
Yeah.
could say. Okay. All right.
All right, but just-
That's pretty cool. I gotta
What?
give it
He's
to him,
chasing you,
man.
Just running the
Yeah,
grass.
for me, I was reading. I was thinking, what the fuck? Like, how?
Yeah. I mean,
how do you-
perfect, right? It's WTF news, folks. All right, Lucas. So what's up with your oven, man? You came in a little late. Why don't you tell us the story?
We were waiting since 7:00, bro.
Yeah, right.
So there I was.
It was a dark and stormy night.
Literally, it's dark and it's raining up here.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us the story.
So I come home from dropping my daughter off, all ready
Sure.
to go. Computers was turned on from before I left.
Yep.
I smell burning wax, and I look over to the stove in the back where smoke and stuff would come out from
What
the
does
oven.
burning wax smell like? It smells like a candle. Wouldn't that be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Think like
Someone put a candle behind your oven, bro?
birthday cake candles.
Okay, fair enough.
But the oven wasn't on. The stove wasn't on. It hadn't been on for a while.
You
in
have
the back.
gas, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So we pulled the oven out, shut the propane off, unplugged it. It was still smoking for about 10 minutes. I went, grabbed the fire extinguisher, shot it in the back, and eventually
So do you
stopped.
have the fire extinguisher? Is it one of those ones that put, like the long one, or it's the little hose?
I have two.
Okay.
The one for the kitchen, it's just a little one with like a 2-inch spout.
I got you.
The one for the shop is the bigger one with the hose.
So it's like a psh, psh, or you're just like whoosh. Was it
couple back and forth?
I always get these two backwards. Okay. So then no fire, got
No
put
fire,
out. Okay.
just constant smoke that finally went out.
Sure.
What was it?
We don't know. Not yet. Like
So you have to call an oven person to come look at it? Is it time for a new
No.
oven?
Yeah, time for a new oven.
Sure. I mean, is that the same oven we had when we lived there and I
No.
was in high
No,
school?
it-
Okay.
It was replaced, I want to say like 5 years ago.
Oh, damn, dude. 5 years? That's not long for an oven.
No,
Good
it
Lord.
was kind of cheap. The clock wouldn't stay on it.
Buy cheap, buy twice, folks. That's all right. All right, cool. So
Things don't last.
you were
as long
saying you were
anymore.
having issues with your smoke alarm then? Did you smoke it out? What's up?
No, I'd like it from doing the construction,
Okay.
doing the living room and fixing this and fixing that. We don't have smoke alarms up yet.
Sure.
So I grabbed one that was new out of the box.
Yep.
First thing it's one of those 10 years you don't have to replace the battery. So I'm looking at the back where you have to turn it on is taped over with a sticker with the
Okay.
instructions on it.
Sure.
After doing the instructions, it still wouldn't turn on. So I had to go find a 9-volt and the old smoke detector and plug it in.
Okay. So everything's fixed? Good to go?
Yeah,
All right.
except for my kitchen now has fire extinguisher powder all over it.
And smoke and...
Yeah.
Well, we're glad you made it to the show,
At least
bro.
it happened while you're awake. and
Yeah,
not
that's
you're
true.
Knocked out.
True.
Whole house fan works.
At least it
still,
happened,
so-
while we were supposed to be recording. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. I'm just being a dick.
Am I an
Yeah,
asshole?
Yes.
but that whole house fan just sucked all that dust and smoke out.
Sure, that helps. That's for sure. All right. Well, any last minute thoughts? Anyone? I guess that's it. This is Seth and Mike 1. We got Laz in Mike 2. We got Lucas is in the building.
Hey!
In Mike 3. We got Elle in Mike 4. And we'll see you guys in a few days. Boom.
See from tonight, stare at the ocean. Yeah, tonight, gaze at the moonlight. Whoa, stare at the ocean. Yeah, and gaze at the stars above you. Yeah, tonight.